Did you make the right decision leaving rap?
I did. Everything now that we see playing out was all the things I escaped. The car, the shine, the loon, Puff Daddy, the Craig Mack, the Biggie Smalls. So even though I made those decisions and it cost me money, that's why I got with Killer and they gave me the money back. Me and Puff was like, I felt like I did more than I got credit for, more than I got paid for.
You felt or did you do that? Because you said felt, like
okay,
feeling.
let's clear that up then.
You saying you feeling that?
No, we're gonna keep it with, because I'm trying to be nice. I never got paid what I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So the disdain that I got for Puff is more like, you trying to keep me here. I'm not here. All my peers is up here. All my peers are bosses. When it's time, just like somebody raised somebody up, you know they did work with you, they go from your little man to maybe A&R to something else. He just kept trying to keep me right here, like he didn't want me to grow at anything.
Amidst the media hysteria surrounding Sean Diddy Combs' trial, one voice seems strangely silent, that of Farnsworth Bentley, his former right-hand man.
And he walks in, and this particular day, I have to admit, like I was dressed like the Black Duke of Windsor. Like I was Mark, M-U-R-K, Marking, right? Like full out, the watch vibe, And so he walked in, he walked straight to my table. I stood up, and it was like a little stare down match on some
wow.
And I won. And then he just pointed at the old girl like, yo, get this dude was the 2A's then. Remember the 2A? Anybody with me? 2A.
Yeah, I had a 2A.
Stay with me. He's like, yo, it was, you get this dude my 2A number. Well, I didn't call him the next day because I'm busy.
Although Bentley, who is famous for carrying Diddy's umbrella and developing his own personas, no longer in the public eye, rumors are rife about what secrets he could be hiding.
I guess when I moved to New York, obviously I stood out, dressing like this, in a lot of the hip hop clubs and things. And, literally one day he came up to me. He was like, I really want you to work on my fall wardrobe. So I exchanged information with him, a very important 2A number. And now knowing how his schedule is, it was very difficult to get with him actually. So during his trial, I sent him a lot of, spiritual verses just to kind of support him. And then one day, I left the restaurant. I was working as an maitre d' for the Madison Park, a fantastic restaurant in New York City. And I said, do you remember the guy from New York City that traveled to, remember the guy from Howard that traveled to New York City to intern with Andre around that guy in 2001? Please, I need a job. And he said, come to 1396 3rd Avenue on his 2A, and I literally raced to that address, and I started as assistant that day. And the rest is history.
The thing is it was how fast he disappeared.
Yes. Now he lives in Atlanta. He's married. He has 2 sons. He's living his life. I mean, but how many? Listen, y'all. If you've ever lived in Atlanta, the majority. The majority of them are bisexual and gay men.
Yes.
They just give up their life to be married and gave their life to God, and then you'll pass.
And down low culture is still very, very, very heavy in the Black community in Atlanta. It's funny because Atlanta's like a gay mecca. You would think that there would be no need for down low culture, but down low culture is thriving in Atlanta still.
And it's weird because you can find whatever you want in Atlanta, any kind of relationship, poly, orgies, whatever you're into, you can find somebody there that's into it. It really, you may meet somebody and a lady say, yeah, these are my 2 husbands.
Yeah.
So you think he was Diddy's concubine?
Absolutely. He was too complicit and he was too compliant. And he just disappeared. He disappeared faster than Mase did. When Mase ran from Diddy, you could see the trailer just fire from his footsteps as he ran.
That is
to
true.
The church. But I don't understand why people don't ask why. People, oh yeah, he gone. Oh, okay. Nobody bothered to ask why.
Born Derek Watkins, Farnsworth was more than just a personal assistant. Despite being a key element of Diddy's brand, reports suggest his role was more sinister, with some sources claiming he had a dirty hand that might cause everything to collapse.
He
was always right there, but not like at nighttime when we was at doing things. He wasn't around, bro. He was only there when the cameras was there and shit like that. I don't know. I don't know how much he could do. I don't know if he would say anything because he probably signed an ND, a non-disclosure, and he don't want to say anything against Puff anyway because Puff got shit on him. And I ain't talking about no sexual shit, none of that shit.
Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, accused Bentley of stealing after. Mase and Cameron speculated on their podcast that Bentley might have a secret identity akin to that of an enigmatic male adult worker involved in the case. Deal even shared a story about Jennifer Lopez's boots going missing from Diddy's home and later showing up at Bentley's apartment.
Stealing, bro. Yo, bro. The niggas are, I don't want to put that on sticky fingers. That nigga right there, bro, don't lay nothing down around him. You heard me? Don't lay nothing down around dude right there. Dog, Jennifer Lopez had these boots, they cost $5,000. I'm like, what kind of fucking boots cost $5,000? Now you gotta realize, this is like in 2000, early 2000. These boots cost $5,000. And because she was gonna be out of the country or something like that, she didn't have them come to her house down in the village because she would have never got it because they'd be stealing her stuff down there in her apartment. So she had them come to Puff house. She wanted these boots so bad. She was mad. They looked through everything trying to find Jennifer boots. Because Puff had Puff, people used to just give him shit and send him shit from everywhere. So he had this mail room in his house with numbers that he never even opened. But I don't know how Farnsworth Bentley found that shit. But we went over there to his house and we found a lot of Jennifer shit and everybody else's shit that belonged to Puff.
Diddy's notorious freak-off parties, where hotel rooms were set up with baby oil and astroglyde are purportedly associated with Bentley.
But for a long time, you famously had a butler, and the guy's name, Farnsworth Bentley. And there were these great photos that would show up in the magazines. Let's see this photo right here of Farnsworth Bentley holding an umbrella over you. Yeah. I don't think it's raining there. This was to protect you
from the sun and just in case it rained.
Just in case anything happened. This guy would probably
be prepared.
I think he followed you around indoors with an umbrella over your head. Now what happened? He no longer works for you. Is that right?
Yes. He's an entrepreneur. He has moved on to bigger and better things.
But this raises a big question.
Yeah.
Is there an opening? Do you have a butler now?
Yes.
Who are what are you looking for in a butler now?
I'm telling you right now, I'm actually interviewing for a butler. I'm looking for a white man. White man.
You want a white butler?
White man.
That's
white
good.
Man, equal opportunity employer.
Is there any
white
chance?
Man with an accent.
Is there any chance?
A lot of knowledge.
Is there a knowledge? He has to have an accent and like a distinguished accent.
A lot of knowledge and service and fine wines and sexy.
Deal said that Kim Porter's nose was injured in 2005 when she saw Diddy with someone else.
You hear about the fact that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht?
Wow, I ain't hear about that.
It was told by people in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht. So Cassie's story is Kim's story. Cassie's book is Kim's book. Bro, when y'all look at this thing and saying force, y'all think that he probably threatened to beat her, threatened to do something like that. That ain't what force is. It could come from the mentality. Yo, he put her in a certain position, in a certain situation, in a certain time in her life. You understand what I'm saying? That she saw no way out other than doing what he told her to do. He had mentally controlled her. It's like a pimp. Diddy had pimp potential. He had her mind messed up where it controlled her.
Possibly Bentley himself. Their relationship was antagonistic, and Bentley was often mistreated on MTV's Making the Band. In the beginning, he worked for free, which sparked questions about how he got a job in Diddy's inner circle. After leaving Diddy, Bentley moved to Atlanta, married, had a child, and built a successful career with Kanye West. However, his past still casts a long shadow. A tell-all book was rumored to be in the works in early 2024, but Bentley has remained silent, especially after federal officials searched Diddy's mansions. Is there a connection between his silence and the circulating videos, such as a fear of being caught stealing? Bentley's story reveals the dark side of fame and power. It says a lot that he has remained silent throughout Diddy's trial. What does he know? Will he ever tell the truth? The world is still waiting for clarity.